This is GCSE Further Maths Pure, and we're just starting Chapter 4, Trigonometry. So we're going to look at the graphs, first of all, of the three trig ratios. So the three trig ratios, of course, are sine, cosine, and then below that then is going to be tan, and the graphs then kind of look as follows. So if you do sine of 90 equals in your calculator, you will get out 1. That's why that point's there. If you do sine of 0, you get 0. Anywhere in between, the graph then goes like this. So if you do, for example, sine 30, that would be about here, you're going to get 0.5, and it just works like this. Now, if you keep going after 360, it just goes on forever, and similarly, actually it kind of heads off this direction here, and kind of into the negatives as well. Cosine is the same graph, just moved along a bit. If you do cosine of 0, you get 1. If you do cosine of 90, you get 0, and so on, and again all the points in between. The tan graph is a little more strange. But it generally looks then like this. If you do tan of 0, you get that. Tan of 45 gives you 1. If you do tan of 90, it doesn't work. It comes up as undefined. It kind of breaks your calculator. That's because it's off to infinity. If you do, for example, tan of 89, then it's up around 57, so this kind of heads up. So this heads off to infinity here, and then appears down here, and then kind of works in your way through like that. So that's it then between 0 and 360. And we use those facts then to help us solve trig equations then, which are going to be coming up then in the next video. This helps us also do our cast diagram, so that's on the next page, and let's take a look at that then. So by looking at each graph, we can ascertain whether the values at each 90 degree interval are positive or negative. This enables us to draw a cast diagram. So our cast diagram is going to look like this. This one for 0 to 360, so we have 0, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees. Between 0 and 90, sine is positive, cos is positive, and tan is positive. Between 90 and 180, only sine is positive. So sine is positive, cos is negative, and tan is negative. Let's take a wee look and see what I mean here. So between 90 and 180 on this graph, sine is positive. It's above the x-axis. Between 90 and 180 on cos, it's negative. It's below. And the same between 90 and 180 then of tan, it's below as well. For 180 to 270, let's see. Between 180 and 270, sine is negative. Between 180 and 270, cos is negative, and between 180 and 270, tan is positive. So let's write those three things in. So sine is negative, cos is negative, and tan is positive. And then here for the final wee bit again, you can take a wee look at your graphs. Sine is negative, cos is positive, and tan is negative. In this section, they are all positive, so that's the A. In this one, it is sine. In this one, it is tan, and in this one, it is cos. C-A-S-T, that's where the word cast comes from there. What's slightly weird about it is it doesn't start with a C, and I guess you would normally think A-S-T-C, but we call it a cast diagram because it works like that. We also are going to do another cast diagram now. Instead of between 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, we're going to go 0, 90, 180, and then we're going to go backwards, 0, minus 90, minus 180. And all of these are just exactly the same. So let's see then how this is going on. Straight. So 0 degrees, 90, 180 degrees, and then 0 minus 90, and then going around to here, it's going to be minus 180 degrees. Here, they're all positive. Sine is positive, cos is positive, and tan is positive. Here, only sine is positive. So sine is positive, cos is negative, tan is negative. Then going this way, the only one is cos. It's the same as the one just up above. So sine is negative, cos is positive and tan is negative. And then in this section here, minus 90 to 180, the only one then is going to be tan. So sine is negative, cos is negative, and tan is positive. Again, same thing before. C, A, S, T. This will hopefully become a bit clearer in a bit in the next video, whenever we kind of start to use this information then to solve our trig equations. But what we've done here is our cast diagram, and the cast diagram comes from, of course, then our three trig graphs: our graph of sine, our graph of cos, and our graph of tan.